Okay, so I lied. The weather has not cooperated very well for me to actually work in the garden. I did get some stuff in the garden, as you saw in my last garden video. I did get some peppers and tomatoes and some cucumbers and stuff, some warm weather stuff in the garden. But then it decided to get cold, and really cold, for a couple of nights. Like frost cold that would kill my tomatoes and peppers and stuff. So that was a late frost after our average last frost day, but that's why they call it an average last frost day, because it can still get cold after that date. Um, but um, but yeah, it hasn't gotten that cold after last frost date and that late into the season for a while now, for a few years. I don't think I've ever actually seen it get that cold since I've started gardening here. But um, but it did get cold unexpectedly. Like, we had like the 10-day forecasts and stuff were like perfect, like nothing below like 45 or anything like that, and then all of a sudden we had this cold snap come through and it was super cold, and I already had some stuff in the ground. And so we actually keep jugs, like the big gallon water jugs or orange juice jugs or milk jugs or whatever, and we just cut the bottoms out and we keep them in a tote downstairs specifically for stuff like this. So I just came out the day before it was supposed to drop into the freezing temperatures and frost, and we came out and we put jugs on all of our cold weather stuff that wouldn't fare too well with that cold of a temperature. And so we just covered them all with that, and got them all snugged in and stuff, and put it on early enough that they could soak up some of the warmth and the sun to stay warm through the cold nights that we had. And they did just fine with that. It finally warmed up enough that we took the jugs off, and was going to be warm for a while after that, and so we took the jugs off, and they were all happy and fine, and no problems with frost or anything like that. So that worked great. We were happy for that. But then it did warm up, and then it just rained and rained and rained and rained and rained some more. It just kept on raining. So for like probably a week and a half or so after it warmed up to finally come out and plant in the garden, to be warm enough to plant in the garden, it just rained. And so I couldn't even come out after it warmed up to even plant, because when it wasn't raining, it was just a yucky, soppy mess, and the ground was just too wet to even put anything in. And then it would just rain again. So but this week has been pretty dry. I could have come out here earlier this week and start planting some stuff, but we've been busy away from the house with appointments and errands and different things like that. And then today I was actually going to start planting in my garden, but then realized that there was another project that I was going to do first. So I will share with you guys that project, which I think is going to be pretty fun, and I'm excited to do. But anyways, so it's been warm, and I've checked the 10-day forecast, and nothing is supposed, the lows and stuff at night are not supposed, are barely even going to get out of the 60s. Most of them stay in the 60s, and then it's either like the upper 50s. And so we should be good. The highs during the day are in the 70s, and so that should be great for getting my summer garden in. As far as my spring stuff, I've been getting some stuff. I've got my radishes all were harvested, and I'm planning on doing another set of those. I'm going to plant some more seeds, which I need to do that pretty soon so that I have time to let them grow and mature before it gets too hot for them. But they are a fast crop, so I should have time for that. But with the 70s during the day, not too extremely hot yet, and then lower 60s, upper 50s at night, I'm hoping that that will be great for my spring garden and cooler weather stuff to continue maturing and be able to harvest some of those. I have yet to get any of that stuff other than like radishes and lettuces and my kales and stuff like that. I've gotten those plenty of times before, but I'm hoping for some cabbages and carrots and Brussels sprouts and stuff like that. So hopefully this weather will be great for that. Okay, but that being said, my project today is a pretty exciting one that I'm looking forward to doing. So with all of this rain and then it warming up but raining, the weeds have just gone berserko and taken off in my garden. And so, as you can probably see behind me, it's like green in my garden, but most of that is weeds. And it's kind of a lot of weeds. So I am going to try to eliminate some of these weeds before I start planting in my garden. So that being said, what I'm going to do is take this flamer here that my husband had, and we hooked it up to the propane tank because it needs the propane to work and everything. And so we have this flamer hooked up to the propane tank, and we have this lighter to light it. And I am going to go through and flame all of these weeds and hopefully eliminate a bunch of this before I start planting out here, so that I can hopefully make it a little nicer out here and a little neater, and then my plants won't have to compete so much with all of these weeds out here. So that's my project for today, and hopefully it goes well, and hopefully it works to eliminate some of these weeds. And yeah, so that's my plans for today. Instead of planting, I will be working on that so that I can plant. Hopefully I get a bunch of this done today. I'm hoping to hopefully get at least all of it done today. And if not today, I'll finish it tomorrow. And then hopefully sometime soon I can get stuff in the ground, like starting Friday and all weekend. And then all week next week, we're supposed to get rain again. So I don't know. Hopefully I can get something in. What I'm planning on is flaming this garden and eliminating some of these weeds, and then in between rain showers and stuff, when it's not raining, I'm just going to come out here and start putting stuff in just to get stuff in. And hopefully it'll do good and take off and be beautiful. So that's my plans, and that's what everything's looking like within the next week or so. So let's get to planting this garden and see what happens. Okay, a few hours later, and I am finished with half of the garden. I would keep going uh, because I still have quite a bit of day left, but I ran out of propane, so I kind of have to stop now until Gil either gets home or tomorrow when we can go get some more. So I guess I'll stop for now. Um, it's doing a pretty good job. I'm really liking the results. So let me show you the first half, which is over here. So there's the first half that I got done compared to the second half that I still have to do. Can you see the difference? I think it's pretty substantial difference in the two sides of the garden, the half that I did and the half that I didn't get to yet. So I think it's gonna be a pretty successful job here, and I'm pretty excited about the results so far. Oh, and as you can see, it doesn't take very much to kill these weeds and stuff. And I have to be very careful around my plants and stuff. I can't get too close to them because it'll kill my plants too. But I mean, just a little heat over the top of them, just for a little bit, does the trick. What happens is that heat, it gets so hot on that plant that it heats up the cells inside of the plant, inside of the cell walls and stuff, and it bursts them, and that's what kills it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I learned that I don't know, probably a few months back from another video that I had watched, and I thought I'd share that with you guys, what that flaming is actually doing to those plants. So there you go. Hopefully in a day or two it'll look even better as the weeds and stuff completely finish dying off and stuff, and then I get the other side done and complete the job. I think it'll look great, and it'll be fantastic for getting my summer garden in. It'll be a good start. So yeah, I'll get some more propane either this afternoon when Gil gets home or tomorrow sometime and finish the rest, and then in between rain showers and everything, I can start getting that garden in, and hopefully start sharing some garden tours with you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today, and thanks for stopping by, and God bless until next time.